say some people do anything for content. Well, here I am. This is, right above me, is the water line that goes out the wall, down the outside into a box, a traced and insulated box, and then 8 feet in the ground, all the way out to my cows. And that froze up last night. So we had turned the tracers on in the box, but it was in here, up in there, that got the draft. And so anyways, with a heat gun, I got her freed up, and then the wife and son had to use a little bit of hot water assistance out there at the water, and the cows now have water. So I just ran electric heat trace from the edge of this wall where it exits the wall, and I ran it back 25 feet inside here. It's not cold under the house. And I'm going to insulate it as well. And I'm going to fill this little cavity with insulation. And yeah, so then we'll go from there. If she decides to go a little slower due to the whole Mother Nature, then we have an extra spot that we know that we can plug in and get her flying. All right, I'll see if I bring you back as I move along. All right, well, that's what I'm getting done. I've got it traced inside that pink blanket, and she's coming down the pipe. So the plan is to have the plug down at that end for ease of plugging in, and yeah, I'll go from there. Now come summer months, I am probably going to open that box up outside and run an extension cord through the wall, tape it down along or connect it along the joists, so that when shit hits the fan, I can plug all three at one location. Anywho, off to the races. Stay warm, check your water, and do it in a safe manner. If you're thawing pipes, use a heat gun. I've used a torch many years of my life, but there's hazards with that, especially if you're under a tight location and things, and you could catch your house on fire. Be mindful of combustibles around where you're working. And yeah, I know the local fire department around here has been extremely busy the last 3 days with structure issues. And yeah, last thing you want to do is harm your family or lose everything you work so hard to get. Anyways, we'll talk to you soon, folks. Update on my tractor. Tractor is still a no-go. I need to get some serious heat under my hoarding there, even if it comes into the form of renting a frost fighter, which is a very high BTU output of heat. We'll see where we get to. That'll be tomorrow, I think. This will be enough for today. But the cows have water, and that's the main thing. One last thing I just thought of. In the summer months, this water line likes to sweat lots. So it'll do for now, and if I gotta change out this stretch of insulation in the summer, I'll do so because it'll probably get wet. But what I could have done here was take some poly, wrap it first, and then put the insulation on. That way it gives it a vapor barrier. But we're now 27 feet into the house. There's only another, say 15 feet, 20 feet to the pump. So I think that's where I'm gonna stop. It's not cold in here. It was just where the draft was coming through that wall. I think we'll be more than set up for success. Normally I don't, but I did tape right there, that orange little block. That is the thermostat that you tape to the pipe so that it senses the coldness or temperature, and then it knows when to kick in. I've got the plug hanging right there over there for ease of plugging in. Normally I will leave that outside so that if I do have it plugged in, it's seeing the actual outside temperature, the ambient air, so that it'll more stay on until my situation's rectified. But this time I'm gonna taper on. Anyways, stay warm. Whether you're Alberta, US, doesn't matter. We're all getting hit with this crap. Show some relief coming in the next week, but Lord dying, she was for the first hit of the winter, she was a gooder. Anyways, folks, talk to you later. Well, there's what's left of the power cords we had to run. That's the box I was telling you about. My water pipe comes from under the house that you saw earlier in the video. Comes out into that box, and then it goes straight down under the ground. It's all wrapped in insulation and loose insulation, and where the cords, where's me, right there and right there are, they're monofoamed. So anyways, more cords. You know, every day's got to have something positive. And there's the positive over there. Sun's getting a lot stronger. It was blue sky today. Now, the girls are eating. There's no more lineup at the water cooler, because their water is right there at that orange cap over there. There's my girls. They're happy. They're eating. Everyone's got water now. They've got a nice shelter with lots of straw. Here's the next thing we need to conquer, folks. Yeah. Anyways. It's not that easy to get around. For those who do not know or are new to my channel, that's my new heifer, by the way. Just one sec. She's coming out of the nice shack over there. Anyways, I do have stage 4 cancer, melanoma cancer. I'm currently in a drug trial with the Cross Cancer Institute in Edmonton, Alberta. And it appears that the trial is shrinking a lot of my tumors, except for one, which was the primary site of my cancer. And it's on the very bottom heel of my right foot. Currently, that is about the size of a golf ball on the bottom of my foot, and I cannot wear normal footwear. See, my girls are wasting a hell of a pile of hay over there. Anyways, I got one good boot on, and here's what I'm wearing for a boot on the other side. Magic boot. Anyways, that's where we're at with that. So it's making it a little difficult for me to be mobile.
you know. But anyways, talk to you here soon. I got to try and work on my little heater diesel heater I was going to run under my tractor. All right, we're in the shop. Heated shop where said tractor should have been. But I've had a lot of crap on my brain lately. Anyways, that's our diesel heater that I'm trying to heat the tractor with, when I should have been heating my tractor with said heater. But anyways, she didn't want to fire very well earlier, and it was doing very well yesterday. But so anyways, what the brain was thinking, and that can be very scary with me sometimes. No comment. I'm a person that has been working in the oil industry for 30 years, and I've done a lot of troubleshooting, and we've done a lot of different things to make things work. But what I'm thinking of doing is I've got the tractor all tarped in, and I've got some stovepipe here. And what the brain says is to connect said stovepipe to the front, and then with that elbow, it would force the heat straight up underneath my oil pan. So anyways, we're just gonna hook some power up to this little puppy and see if she wants to make some heat. All right, here's what we built. I'm gonna run that stovepipe under the tractor, inside my hoarding, my tarped tractor, and then I will run it back to the heater, fire it up, and the whole meaning of it is to have the elbow be directly under the oil pan, so that it's getting direct heat. So it's about 90 degrees at the elbow. So anyways, I think should give me a win-win situation, or at least a better situation than what I was doing yesterday, and just heating up the underside of the tarp area. Let's see what we break tomorrow.